Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Today, we are diving into an intriguing topic that bridges the world of numismatics and extraordinary monetary value. Have you ever encountered a coin so rare, so filled with errors, that it has skyrocketed in value beyond comprehension? Join us as we explore the fascinating case of the 1996 D1 cent coin, or the penny, that has a staggering value of $239 million due to a series of rare mistakes and deviations from the norm that occurred during its production. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny worth nearly $250 million. Let's unravel this incredible story that not only captures the essence of what makes certain coins so valuable, but also delves into the intricate processes of coin production and the occasional mishaps that can turn an everyday object into a coveted treasure. The 1996 D penny, intended to be just another standard issue from the Denver Mint, instead became a phenomenal example of how imperfections in manufacturing can lead to extraordinary worth. The errors that transformed this coin into a collectible masterpiece began with a die mismatch, which is a scenario where the die used to strike the coin does not properly align or function correctly. This specific 1996 D penny exhibited several characteristics, including an improperly aligned obverse, the side with the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, and reverse, the side depicting the Lincoln Memorial, that created a unique instance of double striking, which is basically when a coin is struck more than once during the minting process, resulting in overlapping images. The finer details of the coin's design were further compromised by a misalignment that led to the letters and features appearing blurred or smudged, making it a true anomaly in the world of minting errors. Additionally, a number of these pennies were produced with incorrect metal compositions, leading to variations in weight and appearance, causing collectors to pay even more attention and heightening their desirability. These errors, rather than detracting from the coin's value, have significantly enhanced it in the eyes of collectors and investors alike, sparking a frenzied pursuit to track down this elusive piece and the countless theories surrounding its existence. Collectors love a good story, and the tales behind the 1996 D penny are rich and compelling. However, the impact of a coin of this stature extends beyond mere aesthetic appeal. It represents a prime example of how something seemingly mundane can transcend its original purpose to become a symbol of wealth and rarity. The genesis of the penny's extraordinary worth originates from the events that unfolded within the U.S. Mint during the production year of 1996. The pressure of high demand for pennies, coupled with tight deadlines, created an environment ripe for error. Many believe that the production processes were rushed, which is a common scenario in crafting lots of physical currency to meet public need, but the critical missteps that led to the 1996 D1 cent coin were not the result of one simple mistake. They arose from a combination of multiple oversights that occurred during the striking process. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that stray from the standard issue, and the mere idea of a penny minted without capable oversight quickly became the stuff of legend. The 1996 D penny became something akin to folklore in coin collecting circles, and the price skyrocketed as word spread about its rarity and the astronomical prices that some collectors were willing to pay. This singular coin has been labeled as one of the holy grails of modern coin collecting for its extreme error-marked rarity, a treasure that only a select few have had the fortune to lay eyes on, let alone hold in their hands. Imagine sifting through a collection of pennies and stumbling upon this unique specimen, one that bears not merely value as currency but as a piece of history defined by its production complexities and human error. Now, take a moment to appreciate that these types of coins often have prices that echo through auctions, where bidding histories chart the increasing demand, and collectors fight tooth and nail to make them a part of their personal gem collections. However, the dream of owning the 1996 D penny has become a distant venture for most, given the unrealistic expectations regarding its price tag, but that doesn't stop numismatic enthusiasts from attempting to find it, creating a market that thrives on the thrill of the hunt. Moreover, the gravity of the 1996 D penny also lies in its representation of a unique cross-section of the American experience, where economic fluctuations and public fascination with currency come together. It serves as a contemporary artifact that spotlights both the value that we place on material objects and the sometimes unpredictable nature of worth in a collectible landscape. This value can change overnight, as the interest fluctuates and new auction records are made, driving prices to even greater heights. Legends have sprung forth around the 1996 D penny pertaining to just how few surfaced for circulation and how many remain in private hands, with stories swirling about investors who acquired these coins at garage sales or flea markets, fables that capture the imaginations of would-be seekers who believe they might be the ones to hit the jackpot. In the grand tapestry of coin collecting, the 1996 D penny is indeed a rare thread woven across a rich history of coinage fraught with errors and serendipities. It speaks to the unpredictability of collectibles' value and the quirky nature of human behavior when it comes to the allure of the unexpected. For those who are deeply entrenched in the world of coins, the 1996 D penny is a case study unto itself on how certain pieces elicit fascination and forge community among collectors. The ultimate takeaway from our exploration of the 1996 D 1-cent era coin is not simply the staggering price, but the understanding that sometimes the most precious items emerge from the cracks of a flawed production process, where human error reigns supreme yet ultimately results in spectacular financial rewards for the lucky few who come across such treasures. As we conclude our journey into this captivating narrative, we invite you to reflect upon your own collections or the unique pieces you may have stashed away, for you never know what kind of value lies within the ordinary, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself to the world. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing to join us on future explorations into the riveting world of numismatics and the treasure trove of history captured within the coins we often overlook in the common everyday transactions of life. Next 2011 1-cent USA coin. Today, we are diving into the remarkable world of coin collecting, focusing specifically on a piece that commands an extraordinary value due not to its age, but rather to a series of fascinating errors and misprints that have captivated numismatists and collectors alike. The 2011 1-cent coin, often referred to as the penny, which has skyrocketed in value to an astonishing $152 million because of its unique production mistakes. You may wonder how a simple penny can be worth more than many prized collectibles combined. The answer lies in the intricate details of its errors, the stories behind its creation, and the extraordinary circumstances that make it so highly sought after in the realm of modern coin-era collecting. When we think about the myriad coins circulating daily, it's easy to overlook the details that could elevate them to legendary status in the eyes of collectors. However, the 2011 penny serves as a stunning reminder of how the smallest flaws can transform an item from everyday utility into a prized artifact. So, what exactly happened during the minting process that set the stage for such an exceptional valuation? It all begins with a peculiar series of manufacturing errors that occurred during the production of this specific penny. Minting processes, while exceedingly precise in most cases, sometimes result in mistakes that create anomalies. These celebrated imperfections often become the catalysts for increased interest and value. In the case of the 2011 1-cent piece, a combination of die errors and misalignment led to its newfound fame and fortune among collectors. The first significant error and the cornerstone of its allure is often attributed to a misalignment between the die used in the stamping process and the planchette, the blank metal disc designated to become the coin. This misalignment can produce coins with off-center strikes, which means that the designs on the coin do not center correctly on the surface, leading to striking a portion of the coin either too lightly or not at all. In the case of many of the 2011 pennies that exhibit this error, upon further inspection, one can notice that the insignia and text have shifted significantly from their intended positions, creating a visually stunning effect that further piques the interest of collectors. Collectors often view these misaligned pennies as artwork, where the imperfections add to the allure, and in the case of the 2011 penny, some examples show only a sliver of Lincoln's portrait or the e pluribus unum phrase, which translates to out of many, one, partially missing. This flaw enhances the overall visual appeal and uniqueness of each coin, showcasing the artistry and unintended craftsmanship that goes into creating numismatic treasures. As we delve deeper into the specifics of this coin, There are a plethora of issues that contributed to making the 2011 1-cent coin so alluring. Another monumental error concerns the alloy composition, which deviated from the standard blend of copper and zinc that typically defines the penny. The United States Mint transitioned entirely to a zinc composition for pennies post-1982, but during the 2011 minting, an unexpected mix-up resulted in a small batch that featured an unintended combination of copper and zinc. This caused not only variances in the coin's coloration, often resulting in strikingly different hues from the regular production, but also variations in weight. Coins that contain unexpected metal compositions are particularly enticing to collectors, as they embody an element of the unexpected and drive the narrative of how these seemingly routine productions can yield astonishing outcomes that make them valuable. The weight difference alone became a significant topic of interest and speculation among numismatists, adding another layer of intrigue as coin enthusiasts often go so far as to weigh coins for accuracy. Discrepancies in expected weights for what should be a standardized product breathe life into collector discussions and elevate the coin's status. Additionally, some versions of the 2011 penny exhibit an incuse or shallow strike, which means that the details such as Lincoln's portrait, the date, and the wording feel recessed rather than the typical raised effect seen on most coins. This type of variation, whether due to die wear or an improperly prepared die that led to undersized impressions, creates a form that is immediately detectable to experienced collectors and enthusiasts scanning for something unique. Collectors who come across these variations often experience a rush of excitement, knowing they might possess a piece that diverges from the norm and one that may command significant financial appreciation over the years. Furthermore, when observing this particular penny, one cannot ignore the fascination that arises from its historical context. 2011 saw many events unfolding globally and domestically, and it also brought with it speculation on economic scenarios that can affect currency and commodity values. Each year, coin collectors seem to feel a greater sense of urgency as national economies fluctuate and collector trends emerge, with the 2011 penny positioned perfectly within this landscape. Being able to connect a coin to the larger narrative of economic circumstances can add immense value, as collectors appreciate not only the tangible aspects of the coin but also its ephemeral ties to events that shaped society during that period. As we turn our attention to the market and value exploration, it's essential to recognize that the 2011 1-cent coin earning an incredible valuation of $152 million isn't merely about isolated examples but rather the growing number of collectors clamoring to add this unique era coin to their collections. This phenomenal interest has led to auctions that ignite competitive bidding wars, some of which can escalate to jaw-dropping estimates, often fueled by the tales of fortune that underscore how some individuals serendipitously acquired their prized pieces from unsophisticated sales environments like yard sales or flea markets, igniting envy in fellow collectors who feel the weight of missing out on their own piece of history. With each revelation regarding a record-breaking sale, the enthusiasm around these eras and the legitimate treasures these pennies represent climaxes in a frenzy of excitement, leading to ever-increasing valuations and a heightened sense of collectible culture. The combination of eras, rarity, and the ever-expanding community surrounding coin collecting lends itself to a perfect storm for price escalation. It's also worthy to consider how the increased visibility and documentation of coin collecting through various social media platforms and online marketplaces have propelled the conversation surrounding rare coins into the mainstream, making it easier for enthusiasts and novices alike to learn about, acquire, and ultimately appreciate the nuances of coins that deviate from normal production lines. It's not just the staggering value of the 2011 penny itself that draws attention, but the ever-deepening lore around these coins that captures imaginations and drives collectors to seek understanding of the broader social, economic, and historical significance that led to their existence. Over time, as more individuals share their passion for numismatics, the more researchers uncover clues about how so many pennies possess their unique signature eras worthy of attention, and indeed some have even embarked on seeking these coins out because they can be seen as tangible components of a larger investment portfolio. Within the context of a diversified financial strategy, collectors often regard modern era coins as sound investments, viewing them through the lens of both artistic appreciation and potential long-term market value. So, whether you are a seasoned collector or someone intrigued by the nuances of coin production, the tale of the 2011 1-cent era coin tells us of our human propensity to value the imperfect and elevate the ordinary into the realm of the extraordinary. In the treasure trove of coins that have been issued throughout history, each with its own essence and narrative, the 2011 penny stands as a testament to the stories that evolve around rare mistakes, inviting each of us to explore our own collections and study what treasures may lie within those unassuming pockets of change. As we conclude our exploration of the 2011 1-cent coin and its exceptional valuation, we encourage you to consider the meaning behind collecting and how each piece can represent not just monetary worth but also the spirit of inquiry and adventure inherent in uncovering the unknown within familiar objects. Thank you for joining us today on this enthralling journey into the world of coins. And don't forget to subscribe for our future discussions on fascinating collectibles and the stories that make them meaningful in the broader tapestry of our history. Last 1982 1-cent USA coin. Today, we are embarking on an exciting journey into the captivating realm of coin collecting, focusing our attention on an extraordinary piece that is often overlooked in the vast sea of currency, the 1982 1-cent coin, or penny, which has become an astonishing symbol of rarity and intrigue due to a series of remarkable errors and mistakes. Imagine a single penny valued at $130 million. It sounds unbelievable, but the exceptional circumstances surrounding the 1982 penny have led to its meteoric rise in worth, making it a holy grail for numismatists and collectors alike. So, what are the anomalies that contribute to such a staggering valuation? And how did a seemingly commonplace coin become a star attraction in numismatic circles? To understand the value of the 1982 penny, we must first delve into the context of its production. The United States Mint transitioned in the early 1980s from producing pennies primarily out of copper to a zinc composition due to rising copper prices. This significant change marked a pivotal moment in American coinage history as it not only altered the material makeup of 1-cent pieces but also paved the way for a variety of errors to manifest within that transition. The vast number of pennies produced in 1982 created an environment where mistakes could flourish, making this year particularly notable among collectors. Among the most famous errors is the well-documented 1982 D bronze penny. This specific variant was struck in copper alloy instead of the zinc mixture that defined the majority of 1982 pennies. These coins are particularly rare as only a few hundred are believed to exist, leading to a frenzy of interest and soaring demand among collectors. Furthermore, due to the abrupt shift in materials, multiple die varieties were created during the minting process, contributing to even more potential errors. The 1982 pennies generated in the Denver Mint, specifically those bearing the D Mint mark, are prime examples of this phenomenon, as they offer a juxtaposition between the new zinc composition and the enduring copper blend. As some batches were erroneously struck using the old bronze dies that were supposed to have been retired, the resulting coins exhibited a blend of characteristics that added another layer of intrigue. Mint errors are categorized in various ways, and in the sense of the 1982 D bronze penny, the error is amplified due to both the year of minting and the unexpected availability of copper composition. This intriguing combination essentially makes the 1982 D penny a modern-day treasure, coveted by both novice collectors and avid numismatists searching for that elusive piece that transforms their collection into something extraordinary. As collectors develop their interests around these misprinted coins, the market's response has further heightened the allure surrounding the 1982 1-cent coin. Some of these unique bronze pennies have fetched incredible prices at auctions in recent years, demonstrating the power of rarity in the coin market. When transactions occur at such astronomical prices, it not only reflects the coin's intrinsic value but also the intense emotional connection collectors have with specific pieces, particularly those like the 1982 D that tell a story of transition and evolution within American currency. The story of the 1982 penny is also underscored by those errors often referred to as double dies, where the coin is imprinted with the same design more than once, resulting in a compelling, sometimes blurry, effect. Collectors actively seek out these double dies as they embody the serendipitous blend of artistry and error that can transform a simple coin into an object of fascination and high monetary value. The 1982 pennies are prime candidates for this variety of error, leading many collectors to meticulously sift through bags and rolls of pennies in search of double-struck variations. Another noteworthy characteristic that adds value to the 1982 penny is an occurrence known as poorly defined strikes. Coins that are produced with incomplete dies or insufficient pressure can yield images that are either faded or lack the detail one would typically expect to see on a penny. In the case of certain 1982 pennies, this results in Lincoln's portrait appearing hazy or indistinct, inviting a closer inspection by potential buyers and creating a demand for these precise examples amongst those familiar with the intricacies of coin collecting. Collectors have learned that even small variations can lead to significant price disparities, making the process of identifying well-defined versus poorly defined strikes essential in evaluating a coin's worth. As the interest in the 1982 penny continues to grow, the marketplace reflects the escalating excitement surrounding these coins. Bidders at auctions are increasingly motivated by passionate narratives and the human stories behind these trinkets of currency, where investors and collectors not only desire possession of the coin but also wish to contribute to the ongoing legacy of numismatic history. In this age of digital media, information regarding rare coins spreads faster than ever, catalyzing discussions and fostering connections among collectors, who often share tips on where to find these valuable pieces and the fascinating stories that come with them. The pursuit of error coins like the 1982 bronze penny creates a sense of community within the collecting world, as enthusiasts gather at conventions, online forums, or social media groups, each eager to learn more from one another while perhaps unveiling their prized possessions. The ever-growing realm of shared knowledge continues to expand interest in certain variants of coins, leading to heightened competition among collectors who aim to secure their very own 1982 penny. When bonds form over shared aspirations of coin hunting, individual findings might not just be a transaction of currency, but rather a foray into culture, history, and camaraderie. Envision the thrill that pulses through a collector's veins upon discovering a hidden gem amongst a pile of unassuming change where that penny turns out to be one of the coveted 1982 bronze coins. Each find holds potential for magnanimous reward, both monetary and experiential. The exhilaration lies not only in the financial implications but also in the thrill of discovery that whispers stories from the past. Discussing the legacy of the 1982 penny truly allows us to reflect on how transactions, exchanges, and the behaviors of those who treasure such items reflect broader human themes of value, belonging, and memory manifestation. It is through acquiring, sharing, and discussing coins that individuals infuse meaning into their collections, crafting a narrative that extends beyond any single penny. Beyond its financial worth, the 1982 penny emerges as a piece of symbolism reflecting broader socio-economic tides affecting the United States and the world during that period. As a cultural artifact, it contains messages about economic policy, the impacts of inflation, and the transformative nature of production processes that alter our interaction with money itself. Collectors understand that in each coin, there lies a dance between craftsmanship, technology, and human error that leads to desirable oddities, creating a microcosm of the economy through artifact appreciation. So, how does the fascination with the 1982 1-cent coin translate into tangible action in the ever-evolving market? As part of a diversified investment approach that balances risk and opportunity, many collectors examine these coins as potential components of their asset portfolios. Because modern coin era collecting has become a recognized niche within the broader collectible market, savvy investors analyze these items through a dual lens of historical significance and potential appreciation. The cyclical nature of collecting trends leads many investors to be drawn into this intense passion for rare coins, particularly one imbued with stories of error and uncertainty like the 1982 penny, as it often represents a wise investment and an opportunity to leave an indelible mark on one's collection. In essence, the appeal of the 1982 1-cent coin is a multifaceted narrative interwoven with themes of rarity, community, heritage, and the pursuit of understanding that transcends mere monetary value. Each variation and era offers a glimpse into the complexities and intricacies of US coinage, where we are reminded that each coin holds its own tale, waiting patiently for collectors willing to uncover its riches. The intersection of historical design choices, material innovations, and human error fashion a lasting legacy encapsulated in a small, often forgotten penny. As we reflect on the extraordinary valuation of the 1982 penny and consider the dynamic world of coin collecting, we invite you to take a moment to explore your own collection, revel in the potential hidden treasures, and consider how seemingly ordinary items can harbor extraordinary stories and values. Thank you for joining us today as we traverse the fascinating landscape of numismatics and its rich history, drawing connections between the coins we encounter and the broader human experience. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more insightful content that delves deep into the world of collectibles and the hidden gems of our shared financial history.